Welcome to Direct U.S. Immigration's channel, where you get direct access to our most up-to-date immigration and global mobility space. My name is Maitreya Brown, and I'm going to talk about the frequently asked questions for the EB-1C green card for multinational executives and managers. You're not going to want to miss out on this one. Stay tuned. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Maitreya Brown, and I'm a U.S. immigration attorney based in Washington, D.C. I'm also the principal attorney at Direct U.S. Immigration, where we work with clients in all 50 states and around the world. Before we start, click on the like and subscribe button to follow our Immigration Hub to get the latest immigration information that could be vital to your case. And also, be sure to stick around until the end to get a bonus tip about the alternatives to the EB-1C if you do not qualify for this category. So, with this category's many advantages, it's no surprise that people from all around the world and from various industries seek to obtain the EB-1C green card. So, suppose you count yourself among those exceptional individuals, and in that case, consider the EB-1C as your ticket to working in the U.S. permanently. Keep listening to have your questions answered via the EB-1C visa frequently asked questions. So how do you qualify for an EB-1C green card? The EB-1C is reserved for the multinational executives and managers of multinational companies with a branch in the U.S. To qualify, you must prove that your position meets the requirements and that you have been working in the company's foreign branch for at least 1 year before filing your petition. How does the USCIS define an executive? So one of the main reasons for complications of the EB-1C process is failing to meet the position requirements. So a multinational executive is defined as an individual directs the management of, a major component of, or a function of the organization, establishes goals and policies of the organization component or function, exercises wide latitude and discretionary decision-making, and receives only general supervision or direction from higher-level executives, board of directors, or stockholders. Now, how does the USCIS define a manager? So on the other hand, a manager must supervise several employees' work to qualify. And a multinational manager is defined as an individual who manages the organization or a department, subdivision, function, or component of the organization, supervises and controls the work of other supervisory, professional, or managerial employees, or manages an essential function within the organization or department or subdivision of that organization, has the ability to hire and fire employees that are directly supervised, or recommend those and other personnel actions, or if the individual does not supervise employees, functions as a senior level within the organizational hierarchy or concerning the function managed, and exercises direction over the day-to-day operations of the activity or function for which the employee has authority. Many EB-1C complications arise when someone with a position, such as an individual account manager, attempts to apply. Now, this position does not involve the supervision of a team, even though the title includes the word manager. Now, a frequently asked question that we do receive is, what does a multinational company look like? So, your employer must be an affiliate, subsidiary, or branch of the same company you have worked for in your home country. And as such, your employer must be doing business in at least 2 countries, one of which must be the United States. Also, this branch must have been in business in the U.S. for at least 1 year before your EB-1C petition is filed. Another question is, do I need to have an L-1A visa to qualify? Fortunately, no required visa stands as a prerequisite for the EB-1C. However, qualifying for an L-1A visa may go a long way when arguing your case because the requirements for the L-1A are very similar to those of the EB-1C. Now, you also need to remember that to qualify, you must have been employed with the company outside of the U.S. for at least 1 year within the 3 years leading up to the EB-1C filing. Now, if you have spent the past 5 or 7 years working in the U.S. under the L1A status, you will not qualify for the EB-1C. Another question is, do I need to be in the U.S. When I apply? And the answer is no. You can apply either inside or outside of the U.S. And another question is, can I petition for the EB-1C if I have already petitioned for a different green card? So yes, there are no regulations that prevent you from filing a new petition for a different green card while another one is being processed. For example, some people have family-based green card applications pending while an employment-based green card application is also pending. Now, another question that we receive is, do I need a PERM Labor Certification to qualify? So one of the great benefits of the EB-1 category is that this category does not require PERM Labor Certification. This bypasses a relatively tricky process that involves recruiting U.S. workers to fill your position, thereby reducing your processing time by at least several months. Another frequently asked question is, how often do I need to renew the EB-1C green card? So your EB-1C will be valid for 10 years, and afterward you must file Form I-90, which is the application to replace or renew your permanent resident card. Now, this is a unique benefit because for non-immigrant visas, the applicant needs to file a new petition and essentially reapply for the visa. With the I-90, you are simply asking the USCIS to send you a renewed green card without needing to meet the qualifications again. Now, if you would like to apply for U.S. citizenship, then you can do this after 5 years of holding the green card rather than actually renewing the green card. Another frequently asked question is, do I need a job offer to qualify? And the answer is yes. Even though the EB-1C does not require a PERM Labor Certification, you do need a valid job offer from a multinational U.S. employer for a qualifying executive or managerial position. Another question is, who is the petitioner for the EB-1C? And your sponsoring employer is the acting petitioner in an EB-1C case, and this employer must file the petition on your behalf. You cannot do this by yourself. Only the EB-1A, EB-2 National Interest Waiver Green Card, and EB-5 permit the beneficiary to self-petition. Now, what forms do you need for the EB-1C? So to apply for the EB-1C, you'll need the I-140 immigrant petition for alien worker, the I-45 application to register permanent residence or adjust status, and this is only if you're adjusting status in the United States, or the DS-260, which is the online immigrant visa application, and this is only used if you are consular processing your immigrant visa. Now, another frequently asked question is, how long does the I-140 processing take? The processing time for the I-140 petition is usually, more than 7 months. However, this time period is heavily dependent on the caseload of the service center that is processing your petition. Another frequently asked question is, how do evaluating officers review my petition? Now, the officer who reviews your petition will take a two-pronged approach to his or her evaluation. The first prong will determine if you have submitted enough evidence and completed your petition correctly. And the second prong is when the officer evaluates the submitted evidence to determine whether or not you meet the qualifications. Another frequently asked question is EB-1C premium processing available? And yes, it is available as a limited service that is expanding. As of January 30th, 2023, certain EB-1C premium processing applications will be accepted. And if you have a pending I-140 that was filed under the EB-1C visa, then USCIS will allow you to upgrade that to premium processing. Now, another question is, what does consular processing involve? And consular processing involves making an appointment with a designated U.S. consulate or embassy, traveling to that embassy on the appointment date, and participating in a one-on-one interview with a consular officer before being granted your EB-1C immigrant visa. Another frequently asked question is, why would I need to go through consular processing? And consular processing is mandatory for anyone who is petitioning while outside of the U.S. And if you are inside of the country, you can choose to use consular processing or adjust your status depending on your unique circumstances. Now, which route is better, adjustment of status or consular processing? And the answer to this question really depends on your immigration situation. So consular processing may seem more difficult, but it can be the cheapest and fastest path depending on the embassy or consulate caseloads. And this is because adjusting your status takes over a year, where on the other hand, your appointment for your consular interview may be scheduled within a matter of months. Now, you should consult with your immigration attorney to determine which method best suits your particular case. Now, another question is everyone subject to an interview? And in the past, there have been instances of green card applications, especially EB-1 applicants having their interview requirements waived. However, it is wise to anticipate an interview regardless of past situations. Another question is, what questions will the officer ask me at the interview? Now, during the interview, the officer will attempt to discern if your case is legitimate. You will be asked questions about your background, company, role in the company, and what your plans are in the U.S., and more. And the important thing is to be honest with your answers. It is better to just say that you don't know an answer than to lie. Now remember that an evaluating officer has already approved the I-140, but the interviewing officer can still deny your green card. Another frequently asked question is, how does the U.S. define a priority date? Now, your priority date is the day that USCIS receives your I-140 petition. Another question is, how can my priority date be considered current? So the Department of State releases a monthly visa bulletin that contains all of the most recent final action dates according to the type of green card and the beneficiary's country of origin. When the priority date matches or passes the final action date in your section, the USCIS will consider your date as current and a visa number will be available to you. And, big question is, are the dates for the EB-1C current right now? So one of the major benefits of the EB-1 category is that the final action dates are usually current for most countries. You can check the latest visa bulletin to see which countries, if any, have wait times. Another question is, what are some common reasons for the EB-1C denial or rejection? And some of the major reasons that might result in your EB-1C being rejected or denied are errors in your petition, such as missing, incomplete, inconsistent, or inaccurate information, issues with fee payment, you have an extensive criminal background, or you have violated your immigration status in the past, your position does not meet the requirements, your qualifications are insufficient, or your employer just does not meet the requirements. So as promised, here's some bonus information that you may not know about. So if you do not qualify for the EB-1C green card, consider either the EB-2 or the EB-3 as alternatives. You may qualify for the EB-2 if you hold an advanced degree or prove that you have extraordinary ability in your field. If you have a bachelor's degree or have a skilled or unskilled position, then you may be able to apply for the EB-3. Now, remember, however, that both the EB-2, accept the national interest waiver, and the EB-3 require your employer to obtain a PERM Labor Certification. This means that your employer will need to post your job ads for your position to determine if any qualified U.S. workers are available. So not having to go through this process is one of the main benefits of the EB-1C green card. So I hope you found this video helpful. Subscribe if this content or information helps you in any way. Comment below if you want me to talk about something in specific, and share this resource widely because you never know who needs answers to these questions. Additionally, if you have any specific questions about this video as they pertain to your unique circumstances, please schedule a consultation with us, also at the link below, and I'll see you in the next video.